I sat with a doctor the other day who left the Christian faith and now calls himself atheist. I asked him why, and he stated, "I gave up on God because when I look around at all the evil in the world, it's evident that there is no God. God could never allow this type of evil to be present in a world he created." Now, this is a highly educated man. This is an intelligent man who has spent many, many years studying very high-level things. He went on to ask me, if your God created everything, did he create evil too? Now, this is a great question that I think many non-believers want to know the answer to, but I also think it's an answer that many believers have a hard time answering. My reply to the doctor's question went just like this. Doctor, we both agree that evil runs rampant in this world, but does that mean God created evil or is the cause of evil? Or better yet, is it true that God doesn't exist because there is evil in the world he created? He stood firm in his belief. I said, Doctor, let me ask you a few questions. Does cold exist? He said, absolutely. Does heat exist? He said, yes. You're right. Both cold and heat do exist. They can be measured, they can be studied, they can be observed. But simply, cold is nothing more than the absence of heat, and heat is nothing more than the absence of cold. I went on to ask him, does darkness exist? And he said, absolutely. Does light exist? He said, yes. I said, you're right. Both darkness and light do exist and can be measured, can be studied, can be observed. But simply, darkness is nothing more than the absence of light, and light is nothing more than the absence of darkness. At this point, the doctor replied, I think I know where you're going with this. I said, sure, you do know where I'm going with this, but let me finish. We both agree that evil does exist, right? And he replied, yes. We agree that evil, just like cold, heat, darkness, and light, can be absolutely measured, studied, and observed. He replied, yes. With this understood, just like cold is the absence of heat and light is the absence of darkness, can it be true that evil is nothing more than the absence of God? The doctor was stunned. I went on to tell him that the Creator God is a good God. He alone is good. The only good that we see in this world is because of Him. But when it comes to humanity, we all have choices. We can either center our lives around God or push Him out. When we center our lives around God, our lives produce good. When we don't, our lives produce wickedness. The evil we see in this world has nothing to do with whether God is real or not, or if God created evil. The evil we see in this world has everything to do with the fact that most of the human race has removed or pushed God away. God didn't create evil. Evil is nothing more than the absence of God.